Okay, thank you. How many of you have heard or even know or even been to one India Bike Week? If you do, just raise your hands or give a thumbs up. Okay. It is the Asia's largest motorcycling festival held every year in the month of November or December in Goa. It is an event where various track events are held, various vehicles from across the country and various one-off vehicles come to show their stands. And this was an opportunity for us. Master Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, and welcome guest. In 2017, for the first time, India Bike Week was held to be held in Pondicherry in the month of February. For the love of riding, me and my friends decided to attend this event because we knew an opportunity and time like this won't come in the foreseeable future. But we didn't have the time. We didn't have the time to plan perfectly because we had to leave the very next day because it was a finale event. The finale event is the most heart-stopping and the mind-blowing day of the entire event. So four of us set off at 4 a.m. on 5th February. We were just more than excited that day because road trips are one thing where we could connect to ourselves and realize a lot of things. And this time, the destination being more better than ever. It was a clear, fine day, just like my mind was after a long time, which is usually occupied with fest and college activities. Road trips are an escape button from the chaos, always. Riding from Bangalore to Pondicherry might seem comparatively easy than to Goa, but let me remind you that we need to cross a state border to reach the destination, and more importantly, we were on two wheels. A journey without obstacles is no journey at all. Just as we were reaching Karnataka's border, we entered into a 6-lane national highway with no shops, no petrol bunks, no pit stops, just the nature and the beautiful roads to guide us along. As we were cruising along the roads, one of my friend's bike lever broke down and it was just hanging in there. But luckily, he was in 6th gear, so we could continue cruising for a while. But we were desperately in search for a mechanic. But there was no one to be found at 7 a.m. on a national highway. With hopes kept high, we continued the journey. As we kept on going, we found a shop, which was not even a mechanic, but he offered to help us. We decided to give it a shot because we had nothing to lose. After a while, when we were standing outside, he came to us and he called us to show us that he had fixed the bike. At that moment, we were just lost for words. Our happiness knew no boundaries and we were jumping all around because we didn't want to cancel the ride nor leave the friend behind because we started off together and we wanted to finish it together. That's the whole point of it. When we were offering consideration before we could leave, he said something that still echoes in me whenever I recall the incident. He said, "The money you give will get me a meal, but seeing you happy and smile will keep me satisfied for days." This one thing just kept me going forever. Soon we resumed the journey and we continued the journey and like an usual road trip with its ups and downs. We managed to reach Pondicherry by late morning. We were just few kilometers away from the destination. We also did meet a couple of other bikers who too were attending the event. After a short break, we continued and we reached the destination. As we parked our bikes in the parking area and we started walking towards the ground where the actual event was being held, we inquired from the organizers and found out that the event had gotten over the previous day. This was a shock for us because that one thing which we are going forward was over the previous day. Maybe we were disappointed that day that we could not attend the event, but we did meet a lot of people, a lot of bikers, and learned a lot of things that still I implement every day. And the people I set off with were just more than friends, they were just family. Wherever you go becomes a part of you. Traveling has made me realize one thing that day. The world is a beautiful place, and you're just a tiny bit of it. The small act of kindness by the mechanic changed my perception forever. I would like to end it with this. It's good to have the things that money can buy, but it's also good to check once upon a while to make sure that you haven't lost the things that money cannot buy. Thank you. Back